Well, moving in our last story of the day, this kind of segues us into Supernatural Saturdays for tomorrow. Is I know a lot of us probably don't believe in UFOs. There's the other side of us where we're not sure what to believe in. I'm kind of on that spectrum of like, man, there's this evidence that's come out. I get a lot of this congressional hearing stuff of talking about it. Like, I'm really involved in it, so I don't know whether to believe it. And you have those that just outright just believe. So there's those that don't believe, those are I don't know, and those that just believe. So I think you get what I'm doing. I got a little confused. I'm a little under the weather, folks. I don't know if you can tell. I am sweating up a storm, but we're gonna hold it together. So there's all this information come out, UFOs. You have these whistleblowers. You're having more footage come out from the Marines in California showing I guess it was a triangle-shaped UFO. It's just coming out. More and more is coming out. You have a disclosure coming out from Dr. Greer, I think on the 10th. All this stuff's kind of coming out at once, and I feel like it's going to hit a point here where Congress is going to go, we're going to find this out. And I just want to specify this here. I was actually going to save it for Supernatural Saturday. We have a congressman that was asked by Fox News straight up, are we finally going to get answers? The guy, and they gave him 15 seconds. He actually answered it in 10. He goes, we're not alone, and we're going to get you guys answers. What the hell? So the report was stunning. So there's a report that came out from this whistleblower, a decorated former combat officer in Afghanistan and a veteran of the National Geospatial-Intelligence Agency. I didn't even know that existed. And the National Reconnaissance Office. So could this guy be making all this up? Sure. But benefit of the doubt, have a little bit of fun here. Declared this week that he had given Congress reams of classified information about covert U.S. government programs that he says are now in possession of an intact craft of non-human origin. I heard there's pictures of, it's not like a story. Okay, I'm just trying to feed in. We're going to go further in detail tomorrow on Supernatural Saturdays. We're going to watch a lot of stuff here, all about this. The guy that interviewed this guy supposedly says the whistleblower has like everything you would need to prove it. It's not like just a story. There's photographs, there's footage, there's documentation. Like, this is not just I pulled this out of my you-know-what. This guy came strapped, ready to go. So when I heard that, it created more credibility of one's case. So much so that Congress is kind of a little bit alarmed right now with all this. And rightfully so. Because one of the theories is that they're kept out of the loop. Like, Congress doesn't know, the president doesn't know. Going back to Bill Clinton's time, he tried to get information, can't get it. Dr. Greer believes it's some black project stuff. That's where, trillions of dollars have been going. Many of you, I'm sure, are aware. I think it was either the day before or the day of 9/11. They couldn't track $2 trillion. And I believe, and forgive me, I'm trying to really reach back my memory. I believe where they were either doing the audit or where they had the paperwork was in the same region as to where the plane hit the Pentagon. Looking at that yourself, but I'm really trying to pull back like a long time ago to see if I can get that information. But I should have had it prepared before I walked into this, but we ad-lib a lot of this, folks. I just kind of, we just talk about it and have a little bit of fun and reaction. So this guy's 36. He was the reconnaissance officer's representative to the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena UAP Task Force from 2019 to 2021. I believe this is Lou Elizondo's task force, who kind of talks about aliens a lot. And then from 2021 to July 2022, he was the NGA's co-lead for UAP analysis and its representative to the task force. I didn't know he was that well connected. I thought he was just some like military guy for the intelligence community that was just like, oh yeah, we have this information. I got it from some dude. Looks like he's like really well connected here on this UFO UAP stuff. The UAP expert said the information was illegally withheld from Congress. I've heard the same thing on a multitude of counts. And he filed a complaint alleging that he suffered illegal retaliation from his confidential disclosures. This comes from the debrief.com. Wow. Well, this guy says the recoveries of partial fragments through and up to intact vehicles have been made for decades through the present day by the government, its allies, and defense contractors. We've heard this kind of in stories of crashed spacecraft in South America being recovered by the military there and our allies, but being basically exported out to kind of our military installations here to look further into it. Analysis had determined that the objects retrieved are of exotic origin, non-human intelligence, whether extraterrestrial or unknown origin, based on the vehicle morphologies, and material science testing, and the possession of unique atomic arrangements and radiological signatures. Holy lordy! These are big words, folks, this morning. These are big words. These are big words. So this is all in the report. What I find fascinating, again, is all the UFO reports that are coming out. I mean, just recently, there was a family, and it was caught on body cam footage of a police officer. This object coming out of the sky and crashing was caught on a body cam of an officer, and then they get a 911 call later on that there's these 8 to 9 foot beings. It's on a 911 phone call in somebody's backyard with this craft and all this stuff going on. And so they called the police out, and the officer's like, look, I know this sounds crazy, but did you guys see a craft or something fall out of the sky? And he's like, I wouldn't ask you this, but my partner got it on film, and we're getting reports all over the place of a mass sighting of this thing coming out of the sky. This happened like this week. And the lady's like, I don't know if I saw anything. He's like, I know. He's like kind of laughing it off. He's like, look, if my partner said he saw it, I got to basically go with it. That sounds crazy as hell. And the officer's kind of freaking out. Then he goes to the family's house that reported all this on 911. And the kid's like, I saw like an 8, 9 foot being just walking around. It was staring at us. It was super freaky. I was scared to death. All these things. Could it be fake? Absolutely. But the officers were freaking out. They were losing their ish. So that was on Monday. And since then, basically nothing has happened. Well, we know Congress has the info, but lawmakers aren't releasing it. And no one seems to care. Well, I don't know about that last bit. Again, this is an opinion piece. I'm not sure if I really think that no one cares. Again, Congress, from my understanding, is going to try to do some sort of congressional hearing on this. So we can look forward to that. Of course, reports of unidentified flying objects have nearly always been scorned. Some pilots don't open or start a report, or they don't report them at all because they'll basically be labeled as nutballs, like crazy psychos. But in 2020, the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence sought an official report on UAP from the intelligence community. This is where we find out, and Marco Rubio found out basically about these unidentified objects flying over military installations, and not just ours, but China and Russia as well, literally lighting up nuclear warheads, like about to launch them and just like stopping it. I mean, there's so much information we can go on and on, but I do want to bring this to your attention. It's a fun story. It leads us into Supernatural Saturdays. There's a lot of people that do join us for that. I understand there's a lot of reactions. I have a ton of fun doing it. It seems like, oh, well, they're just reaction videos, and they are. But really, a part of Supernatural Saturdays is for us to hang out as a community, have fun, get away from the politics and craziness of the world, and dive into adventures of like Bigfoot, aliens, UFOs, the paranormal ghosts, and go through those videos that we see. And we understand a lot of them are fake, but we want to sift through it and kind of find the ones that we don't think are fake, and then come together as a community to be like, yeah, you know, that one seemed kind of real. That one seemed not legit. That one was definitely fake. And I kind of try to spitball some stuff here and have a lot of fun. So join us tomorrow for Supernatural Saturdays as we go through the interview from this guy. We'll try to go over some sidebar footage and stuff as well, and see what we got in all of this. So, folks, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I apologize. I am a little under the weather, but hey, we did an episode nonetheless. Check out our catalog. Buy the book, Trojan Horse, How the Left is Destroying America. I would say it's a #1 bestseller, but it's not. Can we try to get it up there, though? You can get on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, Walmart. Links are all in the description. If you go to baldbrad.com, we got merchandise. We have mugs. We got, I don't think we have hats anymore. We have shirts. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on there. You get a signed copy of the book, too, as well. With that being said, again, hit that like and subscribe button, folks. I'll see you tomorrow here. I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Bald Brad Show. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all our future content.